What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Redbeard's Garage, and today we're finally going to be putting the 440 that we built in the last episode on the Gravy Bones cart and seeing how she feels with some power. We also have to, when we was at Cars and Cameras, our brake key came out. They have these 1/4-inch keys, most of you people know, but that hold the rotor in, and ours came out because I forgot to set the Allens on it. So unfortunately my brake rotor spun and now it's seized on the axle. So to keep it seized on the axle, I'm just going to put a couple tack welds on it, and we're not going to mess with the key. And on the next episode we're going to be upgrading the wheels and tires. This is not what I wanted on this cart. This is just what would work on the Cars and Cameras race. So we are upgrading to Go Power Sports long life tires and mag wheels. It's going to look pretty sick. So we can now,
Mister, you're really strong.
it's a big block, and I never tested the big block to make sure everything's going to clear. But it looks like it's going to work. I was only worried about this pulley here getting close to this frame rail, but that looks like what, like when the 212 was on there, it looks so tiny on this chassis. So yeah, we're not going to bore you with bolting the engine up because we're going to be using these dog bones. Showed these on a video a while back. These are super handy. They drop in the back of the block like so, and you just run a bolt up through the slots into them, so you don't need to put a nut on them. Super handy. Links will be in the description, and the parts for like the billet rod and flywheel and everything, CVT, all that stuff will be located in the video's description. So we're gonna get this thing lined up. Hopefully we can use our old RK Gold chain, but I highly doubt it. Might have to use, I don't have any more of that stuff, so we'll probably have to use some basic chain. So we'll get this thing done up, and we're gonna try to re-bleed the brakes just in case.
Several days later.
All right, so we got the 440. This is a Duromax with the Go Power Sports Stage 2 kit. So flywheel, rod, and cam in it. 50-pound springs, I think. No, it has the double 65-pound springs. And the 34mm True Mikuni from Go Power Sports. This is an amazing setup for like a small buggy or a super beefy yard cart. This thing is mean, and the 30 series can't handle it. Sorry if you're getting wind noise too. It's windy. What are you gonna do? But this thing's ridiculous. I will shred a belt in like 20 minutes. And we played with the engagement and stuff. It can't handle it. So we're gonna eventually upgrade to a Polaris pulley setup in a soon to come video. But we're gonna go rip it, and then I'm gonna have Lonnie top speed run it because he weighs nothing. And I'm wondering if it'll pop a wheelie or ride a wheelie with Lonnie. You're what, 140?
150.
And people's, let me see the camera. People has been sincerely worried about you.
I died.
He's gone.
If you knew this or not, so send your prayers to my family.
And then someone was like, why don't you get Donnie to come on? Literally, like he so
could he have actually been serious though?
Yeah, he was like, why can't you get his brother Donnie?
Donnie is me shaved. I don't know if you didn't know that.
So what have you been doing? Where you been at?
I've just been working a lot.
What did you so Lonnie took on,
I have 2 jobs now basically.
trying out real estate.
Yes.
Trying his hand in the real estate game.
And it's going.
So, and he's still going to be over here for stuff like this, fun stuff that is, and we'll see.
Something that depends on the schedule too. I might be over if he needs extra hands on a buggy.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, and we're going to do some fun stuff next couple weeks, so let's fire this puppy up and hammer down.
because it's pulling you around like it's nothing.
It's ridiculous, dude. Whew. It's like crazy. I mean, you kind of bounce around, don't you, because it's so big for you?
Yeah.
The next thing that gets done to this is beefing up the spindles for this much like power and stuff and how we got it. I'm afraid I'll eventually bend these since they're only like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. So I'll probably upgrade this to 1/4 and gusset it any way that I can, and gusset this one. I mean, right now it's fine, there's no problems with it, but I fear that we could have a problem. And then seat sliders. So see, my legs are resting on
perfectly.
These.
Well, it is built around you.
Yeah.
We built it literally with you sitting in the floor.
But if I put sliders, Beck would be able to ride it and you'd be able to ride it.
Yeah, which I can ride it, I'm stretched out.
Yeah. But so Lonnie's gonna get on it. I've rode this before. This has been setting for a couple weeks while we prepare for SEMA. Lonnie hasn't tried it, and it's a freaking hoot, and then we'll go top speed run it. And I'm thinking 60 plus. I'm gonna guess 65.
I believe it. You're flying through the field.
Oh, you have to let up.
And you're spinning the whole time. So it can do better.
It's ridiculous. All right.
And after seeing the torque it has, I do think it'll ride a wheelie with me.
Oh, I do too, because I would come out and it would hook all of a sudden.
On asphalt, not out here.
Yeah, and the brakes are garbage water.
They don't work.
I mean, they'll slow you down, but they won't like emergency stop you. This master cylinder, problem is we got this baby master cylinder, and
tiny.
It's only made for a it's only made for a single piston caliper, and we're running the bigger Go Power Sports dual piston. So what we're going to end up doing is putting a 150 master cylinder and put front brakes on this, have an e-brake on it, hydraulic e-brake, and a line lock, so we can lock the front tires and do massive burnouts. That's going to be sick. So Lonnie's going to ride it.
This is going to be just the rip snot machine.
Yeah, just a hoon snorter. I can't wait till Braxton gets over here and we all get out on our yard carts and just drift around each other, have a good time, maybe someone die. Problem is, this field is not smooth. It may look it, but it's nowhere as close to being smooth. The what? Yeah, you can't stay in the seat. Hammer down, baby! It's ridiculous, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
It's unusable power in a field like this.
Yeah, well, and like another thing at top speed is I'm bouncing around like crazy, so You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
let
not.
out way before you want to.
It's going to be really interesting to see what it does on
It's
asphalt.
scary.
Yeah.
I'm a little intimidated.
And it's just stage 2. It's about to get stage 4. So
You really do want to kill me.
it's insane. Well, and when we stage 4, it won't be this low to the ground. It'll actually be about 2 inches higher.
With the
No,
tires.
it'll be 4 inches higher overall.
With the tires.
Yeah, because John's rules when I built this was slick tires. So this was the biggest tires I could put on the rear and the only tires that I could match with it. So I basically have to cut the axle hangers and drop them down 2 inches so that when I put the 19s on front, 22s on the rear, it'll be level still.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to lift it. Right now she's slammed.
Oh yeah.
And it hooks. Like as long as you're in the power, you can control it. But if you're not in the power, it pushes those little tires like crazy,
Oh,
which
yeah.
of course it does. I know a lot of guys rag on these go-kart engines. There ain't no more fun than just pointing it, hitting the pedal, and having a blast. I'm telling you, anybody that rides this cannot not smile. And we're gonna play with this chassis a little bit. People want this chassis a lot. I've had a lot of people comment, so we're gonna actually be coming out with a chassis kit of Gravy Bones. You can weld it together yourself. So look out for that. That's gonna be an awesome opportunity.
That thing was quick though.
The brakes are hot and he basically has no brakes. Look at him. Really? Yeah. 51. 51? We can get it better later. We'll do some more changes. It's geared really tall. I forgot about that.
Dude, it's launching like crazy.
Yeah, the launch is what I was hoping that. Well guys, Gravy Bones is finally a freaking blast. That 420 or that 440 woke that thing up, and in a later episode we're going to be updating the tires, upgrading the tires to the mag wheels from Go Power Sports, and the 22-inch on the rear, and I think 20s on the front of their long life tires. Long life tires kind of look like almost a road tread. They're really cool looking tires, so it's going to look awesome. We are going to get more top speed out of this with the gearing that's on there, because the 40 series is getting overworked like crazy on this cart. Basically, your drive pulley, which is your rear pulley, you can see on screen, has 3 different holes in it, and you can preload that spring more. It comes factory in the middle slot, which is kind of mid-range on the tension. If you up that tension, you're controlling your drive pulley with your driven pulley. So the harder the spring is in the driven is going to help keep the drive pulley in the lower gearing ratio for longer. And that's what I think it's doing. It's kicking in that higher gearing ratio a little bit too early. So if we can preload that spring to the next slot on the pulley, it's going to help out tremendously. Also, in a later episode, after powder coat probably, we're going to try either a 780 CVT on it to get that bigger belt, or we might go with a player setup. I don't really think a player setup's necessary. I think the 780 would do fine. And we'll get the pulleys from Go Power Sports. We'll make us a jack shaft for the rear pulley to flip it around. And it's going to be a good time. But let me know what you thought about this cart. She's a freaking ripper finally, and it's a blast to go out and do donuts and drift that thing. Another big problem we have is it's so freaking fast, and the steering is so touchy that it's dangerous. And we actually are going to be taking it to an airport that's local near us that said we could go out and drag race these things on their airstrip. So that's going to be a pretty cool video for the future. We just got to get this thing completely set up. Then we'll do small block versus big block and all that stuff, because we got some more parts to put on Lonnie's go-kart to make it even faster. So we'll try to make them even in the weight and horsepower range for a small block versus big block. But the steering is so touchy, the slightest little touch darts that thing. So what we're going to end up doing on Gravy Bones, because we're going to try to get the top speed so high, is we're going to put a steering rack on it to dumb down the steering. So you have to do more input to get in the steering wheel to get input out of the tires. So I think that'll help in high speed. So let us know what you want to see done to Gravy Bones. We have a spoiler, a bunch of stuff. It's going to go to powder coat the next couple weeks, so this car's going to get fully finished. And let me know if you're interested in a frame kit, because we are coming out with this kit. We'll have a full link to all the parts you can buy from Go Power Sports that'll bolt right on this kit, and I think it'll work out awesome and let you big boys have fun like we're having here. So let us know what you think of the cart and what you thought of the video. We love you guys, and God bless.